All right, sports fans, how's everybody out there doing? William Martin coming at you one more time here on YouTube with another edition of the 300 Pounds of Sports Knowledge Podcast. I've talked about all of the Power Five conferences heading into this college football season, and now it's time to start talking about the Group of Five. And the first Group of Five league that I'm going to talk about is going to be the Mountain West Conference. And there's a lot of questions, of course, that need to be answered for the Mountain West heading into this season. What is their status going to be going forward now with so much disruption out there on the West Coast, courtesy of the Pac 12? Also, will Fresno State be able to repeat as conference champions out in the Mountain West? And to their credit, their head coach, Jeff Tedford, he still knows how to coach. As the Bulldogs have won 10 games in each of the last 2 years. Will Boise State continue to be a force in the Mountain West? The Broncos, they went undefeated in the regular season last year within the conference, only to lose at home to Fresno game. And this was a team that Boise State had beaten on the Smurf turf earlier that season. Will the triple option of Air Force and head coach Troy Calhoun continue to torment everyone in the conference? And of course, the way that the option works is, if you don't face it that often, you're unaccustomed to it. And it could really throw off your timing. Think of it like a knuckleballer in baseball. It just throws everything off. Or if you're a boxer, a southpaw boxer that you face, just throws everything off. Will UNLV get over the hump and become bowl eligible for the first time since 2013? These are just some of the questions for the Mountain West this year. Some players to watch. Definitely Boise State sophomore quarterback Taylor Green. Last year there were some people that compared Green to Vince Young, the former Texas star. And of course, you think about it because, Green is a very tall, lengthy quarterback, and he also wears number 10, and he is very fast. And I'll make the case that Green might be the best athlete this season within the Mountain West Conference. He's that good. Boise's going to run the football well with Green, as well as senior running back George Holani. Also, I look at their defense. They lost some guys from last year, but outside linebacker DJ Schramm, the senior, is going to be somebody to keep an eye out for. For Fresno State, I think they have a good opportunity to once again win this conference. And it's going to be with the ability of senior quarterback Cam Lockridge. For San Diego State, they're always in the mix after they did an about face when they flirted with going to the Pac 12. But keep an eye out for senior cornerback Des John Malone. But then Air Force. Air Force had one of the top defenses in the nation last year. I talked about the Falcons running game. And of course, you got to keep an eye out for a pair of senior running backs for Air Force in John Lee Eldridge III, as well as senior strong safety Camby Goff. But one team that I want to keep an eye out for is Wyoming. They finished tied for second last year in the Mountain Division. And of course, the Mountain West, like all these other conferences, they've done away with the divisional format. And I look at this Wyoming defense, they could be very special this year. You look at junior middle linebacker Easton Gibbs, junior outside linebacker Shea Suianoa. Hopefully, I pronounced that correctly. Wyoming junior strong safety Wyatt Eckler and junior free safety Isaac White, along with defensive end Devon Harris and defensive end Braden Siders. So this unit could be very special this year in the Mountain West. Also, keep an eye out for the Spartans of San Jose State with senior quarterback Javen Cordero, as well as wide receiver Justin Lockhart and outside linebacker Byron Parham. I think this is going to be a very good season in the Mountain West. You got to keep an eye out for Utah State. The Aggies are always in contention to win this league. I talked about Air Force, Fresno State. They're going to be right in the mix, as is Boise State. I think San Diego State's going to take a little dip back this year, but then Wyoming and San Jose State could make some noise as well. And this is going to be a very competitive conference, as the race is going to be on to get to the conference championship game. But when it's all said and done, I think Boise's going to be in the mix. I think Air Force is going to be in the mix. Fresno's going to have a shot to repeat. And then also keep an eye out for Wyoming this year, in my opinion. But when I think it's all said and done, I'm going to pick the Boise State Broncos to win the Mountain West here in 2023. So, folks, that is going to wrap it up. And as always, I want to take this time out to thank you for tuning into the 300 Pounds of Sports Knowledge podcast here on YouTube. I want to take this time out to thank all of you fine folks out there for tuning in. And if you have not already, please feel free to subscribe to this channel. Now, if you're on Twitter, please feel free to follow me at 300 Pounds of Sports. And like I always say, if you follow me, it'll be my pleasure to follow you right back. There's also the sports discussion group on Facebook at the Sports Depot 365. Now you can check it out. Drop a line and be a part of one of the better sports debating sites going on social media. So once again, fine folks, my name is William Martin, and I'm signing off. And I'm saying take care and have yourselves a wonderful day.